Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the Exchange Podcast. Today we're going to discuss Meghan Markle and Harry's interview with, what's her name again?
Oprah
Winfrey. It is what it is. I don't remember.
The richest black woman in the world.
Yeah.
One off.
You know what I mean?
The guy
Yeah, well,
the one that was in colour purple?
Yeah.
For real.
Because obviously it's a big major topic right now, and the interview got released on CBS yesterday, and Sunday, and ITV was yesterday. So I think it would be a good topic to discuss. So what are you guys' thoughts on the interview?
Can I start by saying,
Yeah, you can.
I never see the interview. I've seen clips, because everyone's seen clips of it. So some of my opinions are going to be just based on the clips that I've seen on social media. I can't talk in detail.
Yeah.
You guys will probably be able to fill me in on certain bits. But like, apart from obviously the comments about the baby's race, what the baby was going to be, and Piers Morgan like being an idiot and walking off like from the show and all them thing there, and talking rubbish and them thing there. Like, apart from all of that, are there any factors that I wouldn't have seen if I've not seen the whole thing?
Yeah, there was a few.
Yeah.
There's a few things still.
But basically, my opinion is so I watched it. And I really didn't have an opinion on Meghan before watching it, actually. No, I always liked Harry, to be fair, because he was a little bit different from the actual roles themselves. That made me kind of like him. Not too tough. I weren't a fan or anything like that, but I just preferred him out of all the roles. But anyway, I watched the interview, and there was a few things that come to light that really portrayed Meghan's situation as one that I felt sorry for her, because she was saying that she had a lot of mental health while she was with Harry and in the royal family. She received no help or no support for that, which was sad. And she explained that when she was still pregnant with Archie, they basically said that he wouldn't be titled Prince. But there was like literally a convention where he should have been titled a prince, and they literally changed the convention so that Archie didn't get that title, and they also took away all protection. So that led me to believe that them leaving the UK wasn't actually a solo decision based on their, like, particularly their beliefs or how they wanted to live. I think it was more forced. I feel like they were stuck between a rock and a hard place. The media was perpetuating a really narcissistic view and a horrible view of Meghan. So she already had a lot of hate and death threats against her and her small little family. The royal family were offering no protection for that whatsoever, and they were openly saying it. So they had no choice but to leave the UK. They had to. Well, how could they have stayed in England with no protection, although all that hate was against them? It didn't make no sense. Plus, the royal family weren't saying to the media, stop what you're doing. They were allowing them to do it. And the royal family have stepped in before, like when it was the Epstein and Andrew thing.
Exactly.
The royal family went to the media and was like, look,
stop.
Don't say certain things.
Yeah.
They controlled that situation. They controlled the narrative. Harry was saying on there also that his family are scared of the media.
Yeah.
Like, I personally don't believe that. I feel like they control the narrative of the media. I feel like that was probably the aim. I don't feel like she was ever accepted, although she would have been a good asset though, because they still have the Commonwealth, and she's more relatable to the
members of the Commonwealth.
Yeah. So I do feel like if they weren't as racist as they apparently are, to be quite fair with you, they are racist. Come on, like, let's not. I'm trying to be diplomatic.
Allegedly.
Let's face it, like, they blatantly are. Like Prince Philip, the 99-year-old, the one that looks like he's dead. He looks like he's been casted straight out of The Walking Dead. He looks like he's come from filming out of The Walking Dead and just walking around.
He looks very frail and old. For him to just be still living that haircut.
Like, his like uncles and things like that were Nazi officers. They're directly, well, they are German.
He's German.
They changed their
He's
name
German,
to the Windsors in the World War One or Two to kind of
or something.
save
His
face.
real name is.
Yeah. And it's a bit biased as well, lastly, what I would like to say, because when I was watching it, I thought to myself, you know what? The Queen and the royal family treating Harry in a horrible way because he abdicated is a little bit biased, because the fact that the Queen is the Queen today
was due to an abdication.
It is due to an abdication, because Edward, her uncle, abdicated because he met that American woman, actress, fell in love, ducked out to America, so his brother had to take over the throne. Hence the that's Elizabeth is the daughter of the brother.
Yeah. She should never have been queen if you think about it, because that's not how it was meant to set up. But the brother abdicated because he didn't. And I feel like Harry's in a similar situation. The only thing I would say about Meghan is that she went in that too naively.
Yeah,
I don't know
because she didn't even Google them.
She said she said.
Just, I don't believe
that. You found out that you're gonna be linking that you found
a royal family, and you're not.
I'm linking the prince. Like I'm not gonna go and check Google that.
Well, she said she didn't do no research. I actually believe her.
I don't believe that, because my thing is as well. She said, she thought it was a fairy tale princess. Well, if you thought it was a fairy tale, then you would have some inkling of what goes on in regards to how people are treated. Yeah. Even if you watch The Crown, she's an actress as well, so I'm pretty sure that she would have had some link-ins or doing with them. To be fair, what was she doing in the same circles as him anyway? Right. Not in a bad way.
But I was gonna say that. Not in regards to because she's an actress.
Someone
and
she's
basically her friends.
No, so basically she's friends with Eugenie, his cousin.
Yeah, no, but she had a
mutual friend.
Okay, how the link up happened was through a mutual friend.
Yeah,
someone that she had met and that Harry had known.
But if she knows Eugenie, then she would have actually had some sort of insight into what the royal family.
She's been around them.
Exactly,
but in some way.
No, she tried it, man.
No, Eugene.
Yeah, but I call Eugene's Eugenie's as well. I always say that.
I don't know.
I always do it
in there. But no, she knew, and I feel like that goes to show. This is the Americans now. The Americans are so far removed from what else goes on in the world, because they're so narrow-minded and tunnel-visioned in regards to what goes on in America. They have no idea of what happens in the monarchy, because it's not something that's different with every monarchy. I think it's the same with whatever country has a monarch. You're going to have to go through the same thing. Just like when she said, my life changed. I had to hand over my phone and keys.
Yeah, what did you think?
Passport,
you could still everything. You can't be normal again.
A normal person. You are now part of the direct royal family. It's not as if say you're a distant member. And another thing that struck me as well was the fact that they said they didn't actually want to be non-working roles. They
said they wanted to go,
to be non-working roles because of the way the situation panned out. And I love the way that Diana set him up nicely.
Yeah, because he was like, I've got what my mum left me,
and she left millions.
She did.
That is pretty sad.
Because it was all in trust funds. Because what happened is the first set of money gets released at like 25, then it gets released at 30, and then 35. So they get it in bits. But she left him art and all those things as well. So
so that's still assets.
That's accumulated the value.
And then all the money that's in the trust.
He's been cut off.
He definitely has been cut off. When he said that they cut him off from all the security and the finances, and then the Queen weren't taking his messages. Then
the dad stopped answering his calls.
But then the Queen told them to come down, but then she was busy for the whole week. I felt really sorry for them, and you know what? I love the fact that it's kind of opened these eyes as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like Diana probably knew he was going to be the rebel out of the
100%.
Yeah, that's why she set him up like that.
Yeah. I remember there's been rumours that his dad's the other guy in it, and they've got pictures and they do actually look like.
She probably said
James Hewitt.
Next brother. I'm like,
but Diana probably thought, do you know what? I can just see in the future that you're going to be outcasted.
Yeah.
Let me ensure that you've got certain things in place so that if anything happens, you're going to be okay.
And he's probably aware at a certain point as well, because you grow up, you start hearing, you must hear everything. Like you've got Google as well. Like you're looking up at conspiracies and this, that. You want to know about your mum. If my mum's stuff was all over, like the world, conspiracies and stuff like that, and people having theories and information coming out and people getting silenced, you're going to look that up. You're going to find out from certain people,
especially
certain
as an
things.
adult.
You're going to overhear things in conversations.
Because what they were told when they were younger, I'm guessing, is going to be totally different to the information they found out when they were able to independently find out why his mum effectively was murdered.
He knew he was never going to be king, so he could step out of that as well. Whereas, he said, his brother and his dad, he feels like they're kind of trapped, which in a way, I kind of agree with him.
Yeah.
They have to just live that because they're next in line to the throne.
Are they trapped, or are they the institution? Because the way that she was speaking
about it like they're two separate entities.
Yeah.
So she was like, you've got to remember the firm or the institution and then the family.
Yeah.
So she was like, it was really important that we understand.
I don't see it like that.
Well, do you know what? I think I understand what she was saying in regards to that because of how her relationship with Elizabeth is.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Because she said that it was like her nan. She had a nice relationship with her.
I really can't see anybody coming out speaking in any type of way about the Queen herself.
That's treason.
That is treason.
It's treason.
So
it's treason.
Because
you're not allowed to.
You can't.
You
really.
literally. Well, obviously, there's not the same penalty as there would be like 100 years ago. 100 years ago, you got
have
your head
penalty.
chopped off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is treason. She needs to be very careful and mindful how she discusses the Queen. The Queen, trash talk the rest.
But when it comes to Elizabeth,
be very, very
mindful. Because you can't even arrest someone, innit?
Yeah.
Andrew isn't really getting arrested because
he's
the Queen's son. He can't be extradited. He can't be nothing.
No, he's not allowed to be.
Legally, by law, if someone is in the presence of the Queen, the royal family, even if you're a normal person,
you can't be arrested.
You can't be arrested in front of the Queen for law.
She is a state in and of itself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. She is the state.
She rules the country.
Her Majesty prisons, Her
prisons,
Majesty court services, Her Majesty everything. She owns everything.
She owns everything, and she has the end decision of whatever. Course. That's why as well. You see, when it came to the interview, I just feel that although people were like, when Oprah opened up the interview and she was like, just to say you wasn't like whatever and prepped on anything before the interview, blah 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 blah. You're not getting paid for the interview. We know the royal family knew about this interview before. They knew every question that was going to be asked. That had to be ratified before it even went on air.
Yeah,
like you said, it's treason if she disrespected the Queen in any way, shape or form. So
they watched that.
They watched it and they were like, no, you can't put that in. Yeah, you can put that in because again, it is about raising their profiles as well. So they don't mind a little bit of controversy about them, but it's not going to be nothing that's going to...
They micromanage within an inch of 100%. Their life.
But I think they missed a great opportunity here to basically solidify the whole relationship with black people in general. Yeah. They missed a great opportunity, the royal family.
Do they want that opportunity?
But that's the thing, I don't think that they need to care.
They're beyond the level of caring.
Of course, they're beyond it.
But precisely, this family don't even like marry for love. They don't do that.
That's not
about they marry for like genetics and power
strategic,
and wealth. They're blue-blooded because they keep their wealth in one
within their circle.
Yeah, precisely that. So all of this stuffy stuff that he was doing, it wasn't. They weren't appreciating that from day dot
because they actually were. They're actually in love. They actually genuinely care about each other. And Meghan Markle is not the typical person that they would want him to be with. Do you get it? He's not. Look at Kate. Come on, man. It is what it is. When you look at Kate and then you look at Meghan, come on.
Different characters.
The characters are way different.
Yeah.
Meghan's got so much more style. You know what I mean? She's got so much more personality.
But Kate's not allowed to. She's been created for this purpose.
She really has.
She's been raised. This is your purpose.
Wasn't there a thing that William cheated on her the other day?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But I heard that.
With that hairpiece.
Spoiler alert.
I don't know. I never heard that.
It was in the media for a bit, but it was
getting going
with his brethren.
Yeah, with his friend's wife.
Or something like that.
Yeah. And she stopped talking to the girl. I did see something about that, but I didn't.
It wasn't
read it.
really like.
It was like his father.
So like when you was talking about,
but his father actually only married Diana, and Diana said it in her interview.
Yeah.
Charles only married her because his dad said marry her. She's got good genetics.
Yeah.
She's got good genes.
She comes from a good family as well.
And that's
why.
That's all it was.
And
it wasn't
always been intertwined. She was probably groomed for that position to be.
Most of these people are. It's just like when like presidents and stuff. They get groomed from like when they're 13, 14 years old. It's not. We think, oh yeah, a new president. Like, they've been in the training camp for years.
What? Who?
Presidents.
Where have you
been?
So you think that they run for election just out of the
like that?
No, but they're already set to be in politics. Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
But I don't think they're set to be the president. I think. Like it happens
to some
through,
extent, it is
like you're not allowed in that circle.
Look at
I reckon it's rigged. Like it's a hierarchy.
Presidents and who follows who. Remember, Joe Biden was Obama's second in command. It always works like that.
But people are in like you're allowed to be in this like bracket, and then you're allowed to get into this tighter bracket, and you're allowed to get in this tighter bracket.
No, but we're talking about like the actual
from the beginning,
the hierarchy. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about in Parliament or in politics.
You're allowed to run for that position, like after a lot of work and whatnot. But are you going to get it? Maybe not. because it's rigged. You feel what I'm saying?
No, it's definitely rigged.
Which is another reason why they say the votes don't count. But we're going off topic
anyway.
So let's get back
to the statement that the palace released in
that's fine.
In response.
Do you want to read it? Have you got it?
They've released the holding statement.
Have they done it?
Yeah, it's a holding statement. It's not really
the actual
real statement. And then we can see like what we think of what they've said.
So what's the holding statement?
So basically, the Queen was meant to sign off a statement that had already been prepared by the PR team, but when she watched the interview, she said she didn't want to sign it because of the allegations of race and complexion, because obviously in it. So she wants to think about it. So now they've just released like a holding statement, or what I would call a holding statement, before they release a proper statement, because they said they're going to investigate the allegations.
So basically, they've said the whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The issue raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. Harry and Meghan and Archie will always be much loved family members, but just won't have protection. No, they didn't add the bit at the end.
I knew you didn't. The way you said that was like, they're just not gonna have protection anyway.
No, but they said that whole the kids and the husband and the wife's gonna be much loved. But that's very contradictory, because if they're much loved, then you should protect their lives.
You wouldn't have chucked them in America and Tyler Perry had to give
them your house. Do you know what I mean? Tyler Perry, Where have you been?
No, he just let them.
No, he let them stay in his house and they take security for them.
Because they cut off. Harry made a really valid point. He was born into this.
Yeah.
Why must he have security?
Yeah. There's nothing you can do, because anyone can say they can kidnap. Anyone can say they can kidnap. They can kidnap Harry tomorrow. You're going to tell me the royal family ain't going to put up a ransom to collect him?
No, they will.
Think they're not going to let him? So why hasn't he got protection to prevent stuff like that?
Exactly.
Because he's still practically a target. If you want to
get, he's still a target. Just because you've ripped the title away. And average people on the street are still going to be like, that's Harry. Exactly. He's part of the royal family. Let's nap him.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even funny to laugh.
No, it's not.
It's just the reality of it.
Like, let's face it, look what happened to the last royal that dated someone of colour, Diana. She died. So what I'm saying is, she probably never died. Like, straight up and down, that was probably straight up murder. Do you get what I'm saying? The camera footage, but everything, all the cameras in the tunnel weren't working. You know, all of this, it was very 100%. Orchestrated. She wrote a letter before she died. She said it in her interview. She wrote a letter to her friend and said, look, Charles is planning to kill me in a car crash, and then she dies in a car crash a year later. It's very evident, isn't it? She broke protocol. She was trying to date a man
number one,
outside
she cheated, and then number two, it was with
a
person that is not of no, but because he's do you know what I mean? Like,
who did she cheat with?
She had multiple lovers.
Dodie.
It wasn't just Dodie. She had the guy that died in the motorbike accident.
What are you saying? She was busting it open for Bear Monday?
No. What happened was when she apparently Charles married her, and shortly after just lost all interest in her because he still loved Camilla. He didn't marry Camilla because she was trash. Do you get what? She looked like horse.
Yeah,
but
she looked like horse.
She giving that mad scene to it.
But no, so if we get back to the actual interview, how did you feel about Meghan in general? I felt really sorry.
Do you think she was sincere?
I feel like there were some elements of being sincere, and I think there were some elements of where she was just being very careful and diplomatic in regards to what she said. She couldn't really show her whole emotion because there were some bits where you could see she would,
but she held it back.
Her experience was way worse than she said because
she
was definitely selective in regards to what she
because
said.
even did you notice as well in the interview when she was asked a couple of questions and it was like she wanted to answer, and then she kind of took a deep breath and just didn't say nothing and then just waited.
No, but imagine how mad that family is when the TV cameras.
Can you imagine?
And you're
in there.
They, do you know what, the Queen and them? They don't even need to worry too much. You know what I mean? They've got that. Like seriously, this is handled. It is.
But I just feel like in regards to,
I feel like they wanted this. Because what they did was like, oh yeah, we're going to accept you into our family, come into our family, but your son won't be titled Prince. We're actually stripping that. We've changed the convention and everything.
But imagine they did that, but they didn't do it to Katie.
Precisely that. So what I'm saying is they strategically pushed them away. To
so
make it look like it was a decision that she and he made, but really they were forced.
They were forced to do it.
How can they stay in Britain with no protection? It doesn't make what they're going to do. Go Tesco's.
It's basically like the corona and the injections. They say it's a choice, but then they will say, well, you can't fly, or you can't do this, and you can't do that, and then eventually you have to take it. But it's your choice.
Yes.
So they make it
it's like
look
a
as though
free
it's your
will thing
choice
that we were speaking
Yeah,
about.
but it's actually not.
Yeah, give it a little while. You're not gonna be able to go to work.
Right. Yeah. And all of this stuff. So I just feel like
they know what
they were definitely pushed out. But I wish that Harry spoke about the conversation that he had with the firm in regards to Archie and the race.
No, because he knows that would be straight done of dance. He ain't
straight done of dance.
He was like, he said he can't talk about it.
Straight after that interview was there.
They're probably there waiting
to the palace.
They were probably there like with their guns.
They probably had a sniper in his eye view.
You know.
they probably had a sniper that he could see that they would just like go and say
it was
a daisy.
Yeah, he has to.
They were probably like that in the thing, like
you have to be careful in regards to what he's gonna say because.
But he did say they were senior royals, so it's more than likely Philip. He's a senior royal.
Remember, he went. He said definitely it's not Oprah and the Queen. He went and Oprah said he has said to me that it's not the Queen or his
it's not the Queen, but I'm still.
Charles or William.
It's definitely one of the man them in there.
Charles or William
and Andrew. Don't feel like Andrew's like quiet. Don't feel like man's quiet. He's irrelevant because he wants to be irrelevant. He wants to seem irrelevant.
Right now.
But he's got the mouth as well. He's probably a senior royal as well. But remember, they made him take a backseat.
Yeah, he's had to.
He's a prince, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who?
Andrew.
Oh yeah.
Just like feeling like the pit.
But when you think about it as well, the Queen's got a daughter, isn't she, Princess Anne?
Yeah.
Her kids. If you're a daughter of the Queen, you don't get the title. Prince or princess. So
what, Zara?
Kids, Zara, Phillips. So I was thinking to myself, are they being cheeky by saying, "Oh yeah, because she's not affiliated"? But then that shouldn't even count.
That don't make sense because Andrew's kids
have
are Princess Eugene and Princess Beatrice.
The sons get it, which is out of order.
Exactly.
But again,
But they would not. They could not. Look, imagine. There's an infinite possibility. There's infinite possibilities. Imagine one of them is that everybody dies and then the throne goes to Archie. No, because he has the minutest bit of black in him, and that is
the
just
one drop rule, mate.
Yeah,
but we had Princess Charlotte for God's sake. So
but that was like how many years ago?
I know, I get it.
They're not trying to
repeat that. I get it. But the thing is, wouldn't you think? Do you know what? The times that we're in now, you need to move with the times. This is why I said
they had the opportunity
to kind of rectify that and just be like a bit more open and embrace it. Because let's think about it. When the Queen has her time up and she decides to get off the throne, Charles will have his place.
She's not going to get off.
Charles will have it for about 10 minutes, and then William will
come in.
William will then come into play, but I think there'll be a completely different royal family by then because he's a bit more up to the times.
Yeah.
You can see right now he's very restricted in what he can do.
Yeah.
But once he's got free reign, I think he will relax it a little bit because he has no choice but to move with the times. Because if you look at the type of laws that we've still got, they're all back 100
years
1500 something. All of these.
Kate and William are so stiff though, man.
They are very
like seriously.
They are young people as well. They're like
remember they're kings in waiting. So what more personality do you
King
think
and Queen in waiting, isn't it? Because she'll be the Queen.
Granted Queen?
She will be the Queen. She will. No, she will. What's her name? Won't. Camilla won't.
Yeah, Camilla won't.
Because there was that whole big uproar about Diana getting.
Why won't
because that's the second wife. Like, remember, they don't even do things like that. He got away with something that isn't even really accepted.
I didn't think she could be made queen though. I thought he would just be king and she would be like just general his wife, the queen, the king's wife.
She might actually
be.
You know?
I bet she won't be queen.
No, because Prince Philip isn't a king.
That's what I'm saying. He's a prince. She's not allowed to.
Yeah.
So she'll be. So she'll be the queen. But I think it will completely change. But when your king's in waiting, let's think about it. There's not much you can do. You can't really say too much. You just have to do your role and keep it moving. Like
because it's all acting, innit?
Yeah, it's all in a row. She was dying inside, literally breaking.
Because remember when they had to smile and just.
She was like, she left the house twice a month and they were like, you're being seen out.
Yeah. She was like, can I go out and eat with my friends? And they were like, no,
we think you need to lay low. Actually, I did think one point that was really insulting was that members of the royal family were going up to Harry and saying, your wife needs to continue acting because they're not going to pay. They're not going to continue to
so basically, fire ban on the monarchy, basically.
Yeah,
but when you think about it,
she's got
to continue to actually act. That's so rude.
Yeah.
And then you've got.
I know, and then think about it because of the position she's in. What is that, like paid role, gonna look like?
And
because she needs to get more money because of who she is. But then, They're not going to be paying that.
Getting more money because, to be fair, she was in Suits.
She
wasn't really an A-list actress anyway.
Yeah,
so
true.
they're not going to pay her just because she's got a title. It's her skills and talents. I'm going to pay someone just because they've got a title. Hell no.
True.
She might bring the viewers.
But she's clout. Yeah, she's clout.
She's clout. She'll bring the viewers in. But for how long?
Yeah.
So as well, after 3 years later, the staff are now saying that she was bullying them. It's amazing how it's coming out 3 years later, just after the Oprah interview. Why weren't no one saying this before?
Exactly. And then her actual co-stars are coming out and saying that this is nonsense. Yeah,
but it's obviously that it's going to be nonsense. They're just trying to destroy her character, innit?
Was that the thing about where she was shouting at people on the set and stuff like that? Yeah. But so. What?
But so
who doesn't shout at people sometimes? Like, bro, what you gonna do? Say she's a demon? What? Because she shouted at someone?
Precisely
come on,
that.
come on.
Yeah, I read a bit that she basically shouted at one of her assistants because they got the wrong red in cushion colours. I don't know about shouting, but I was like, I would be pissed too if I had one particular red.
And you're paying your big money
to get it right.
I'm not giving you idiot money. I'm giving you big money, and you got my thing wrong. Like, I'm gonna.
I get it, but I still think these allegations coming out now are a waste of time. They're just trying to add on to the whole situation as it is.
It's a witch hunt.
It's a witch hunt. It's a blatant witch hunt.
And everybody plus Piers
Morgan
is Piers is the head of it.
He's resigned now.
Hey.
Like, I'm not a big fan of him, but there have been some points in the past which I've agreed with when he was talking about some issues around just supporting black people. Some of the issues, I can't remember the topics, but there were a few times I was thinking, wow, for once you've actually stood up and made some valid points.
Sometimes.
But
then on the flip side of that though, when he was talking about knife crime, he was saying that how the majority of knife crime are young black African males. That's bullshit.
It's not true.
And he was trying to argue against community members who have been fighting for young people for years.
So
and then he was basically saying that that's our crime basically. That's black people's crime. Stabbing people.
Yeah. He does. You know what it is? When he feels passionate about something, he don't know how to flex or to be like, do you know what? And it's easy to think that all knife crime or majority of it is young black youth. That's what a lot of what we get told and see. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why he's running with that narrative. But like if he got some more research, he might come a bit proper. But obviously,
I think he's got enough ample time to research. He knows what he's doing.
He's just trying to journalist.
Exactly. That's
what they do.
The controversy
they
that brings to the show.
They do.
And was you saying earlier that he actually met up with Megan and she kind of darked him?
So before he was fine. Like,
that's what that guy
people are pulling up.
But loads of people are saying that. No, it was her that said it. Was it Megan that said it? That he was outside her house every day.
That's crazy.
Was he? I never heard that.
That's not
outside the house. Like throwing stones. That's
Maggie.
That's an actual session.
Yeah,
weirdo.
That's what I'm saying to you. It's weird.
I think since he didn't get an invite to the wedding, and then when
the
she
wedding,
didn't respond to any of his calls,
that's what he wanted.
Can you imagine?
Why are you running down this girl for?
It was so strange. I don't understand why he had this obsession with her. It was so weird. And any opportunity,
maybe he really liked. Maybe it was a secret. Like,
did you see the interview? He was like, she was a really nice girl. She was calm, down to earth. I love where her head was at in regards to issues surrounding women and just general support.
Because she's an advocate for women's rights and everything,
and
just general,
like for the UN,
and all that.
And that's why as well, it kind of touched me in the interview when she was like, I'm an advocate for women's voices, and then here I am being silent.
And
then Oprah's like, was you being silent or was you silenced? And I was like, she's silent.
No, she was
silent. Well, Oprah's a pagan too. Oprah's a pagan. She's not.
She's not like
she's done the same thing with Chappelle's interview. She tried to say certain things and I'm like, you pagan motherfucker. Like, you start deep in her like, yo, you're
she's
a
not
devil.
A representation.
No, she's the big money maker out of all of this. She's a puppet.
She's all intertwined with all these.
She's a puppet.
Einsteins and whatever Steins.
She's not human anymore. The devil is there, bro.
She's a part
of the cult. Do you know what I mean? She's a part of
she's a part of the cult.
It's interesting.
She's a Satanist.
It's true. It's interesting to see who they'll actually replace Piers Morgan with now. I don't know if anyone saw the conversation he had this morning with Alex Beresford.
No, I didn't see it.
I don't usually watch it, But I woke up this morning to watch because I knew he was going to have something to say.
Yeah.
And Alex was just telling him his experience as being a mixed race person and just general how things were. And Piers got emotional. I think Alex was brought on the show because Piers knew that Alex was his friend, but he didn't expect the response that he got from Alex, which is why he walked off the show.
Oh, he
walked off.
Can we watch it? Is it
at
like?
what
Can
point?
you watch it as a?
At what point did he walk?
So after Alex was just saying to him, just like general her experience, you can't take that fact away from her. That is her real life experience. I can't remember word for word. But he was like, this is what it is. So you can't really say that she isn't suffering mental health and just all those things he was generally talking to him. And you could see Piers didn't like what he was saying. And Alex was just so calm about it.
Yeah,
he weren't shouting. He weren't, no, I'm not having this. It's like a personal attack. I'm not having it. And he walked off, stormed off like a little toddler having a tantrum. And then he came back later and was just like, yeah, but I'm not racist. And I would never say that. We're good friends and we've had good debates on and off. And I was like, that's a classic
racist comment
from someone.
Microaggression.
I've got a question.
Come
Do
on.
you know when he said yesterday as well that he wasn't conscious of racism until he
was
got
with
to
Meghan,
walk in her shoes and
For the day.
then he realised
it's
racism isn't very nice. Do you think that's true? Do you think that he wasn't conscious of racism at all?
I don't believe it.
I reckon he was aware that it was a thing, but he didn't know, he didn't understand it.
Yeah, he didn't understand.
Remember,
obviously not understanding, but like he was trying to act like he was absolute. Well, I don't know. That's
I
how I
think
took
he
it.
was.
I took it that he was acting like I'm totally oblivious.
I agree with it. Do you know?
for me, I feel like at the end of the day, we all live in the same place, innit? Like, as in the same world. We hear things, we see things, we experience things. So it's, for me personally, I think it's naive to sit here and say I never knew racism existed until I walked in her. I'm not being funny or nothing. You go to like.
Did he say it existed though? I don't know.
No, he didn't say he wasn't
conscious.
He wasn't conscious of it.
What it is.
Which is fine. You cannot be aware of something to experience it.
But you got to think about it. He's from that privileged background. He's not going to be exposed to that or see any of that. Remember,
but wasn't he the one that was in the tabloids a few years ago for wearing the Nazi costume when he was like 19, and then he got. And they really highlighted racism, and also he was also the one that was calling he was in, like, you know, when he was in the army, he was chilling in the barracks, and he must have said whatever, like Asian. It was an Asian guy.
Oh, okay.
He called him a derogatory term. I can't remember what he said.
Did he not say the P word?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Oh, right. So he said that because he was naive.
No, but this is his history. This is his background. So before he met this is when he was.
So was he held accountable for that?
Yeah, it was the tabloids media.
Okay, so it's not the first time that he's been pulled up about something inappropriate regarding race.
Yeah, this is
so then you can't sit down and say that you're naive because you know you've been reprimanded or whatever in the tabloids because you've been racist to an Asian person.
I'm not even defending him, but I think where he was coming from, he didn't realise how bad it was for her.
Yeah, that to be a victim of racism, not to understand racism.
That's what I was getting from his interview. He was saying, I didn't realise, because I'm sure he said, I didn't realise for her this is how bad it is. So he was aware of it, but he didn't realise how she suffered on a daily basis. And you'll be surprised, there are a lot of white people that don't realise, unless they're with you next to you and they realise someone actually says something to you that's derogatory, they're oblivious. They know it exists, but they don't know the impact, and they don't know how it would affect somebody like that. And then some people will be like, I get called that all the time, and some people are like, what the hell is this? What
they're shocked.
And that's what I feel like. Like Kim Kardashian was a good example for me, because when she obviously she was always dated black men, but she made a comment when her first daughter was born, because I think she was on a flight and the flight attendant called her daughter like a black kid. Something she made a comment about her daughter, and she was like, wow, she'd never realised what it was like, or the situation, how prolific it was, and how people had to deal with that.
And it's her child, so she was
just like, wow, what the hell? This is what people deal with.
Understandably, I suppose, but he has been reprimanded.
Yeah, so I just feel like
he could have been drilled on what to and what not to say, and how that may impact them. But I also agree with you. He is sheltered, and he is white, so he is not going to experience like that full-on effect of racism.
Because he will never experience it.
He'll never experience any form of racism or aggression or anything, really.
No.
But also, when he said...
No protection.
Yeah, do you know that all these people throwing stones? Or calling him a ginger nut or something.
Can we just commend, what's it?
Meghan's mummy.
Yeah. I like the way she's handled herself.
She's been there's nothing negative about her at all.
Yeah.
Not said boo.
Yeah.
I love that.
But do you know or do you have an opinion as to why she's been quiet?
Yeah.
Or do you feel like she's just being graceful?
I feel like she's just being graceful.
Yeah,
I do.
I agree.
I literally, because you know what, yeah? Megan's dad done trashy moves on her.
He's a piece of shit.
Megan's
Look at him, you just know he's a piece
Megan's
of
dad,
shit.
but and her sister and her brother.
Yeah,
they are
her
step,
sister
yeah,
wanted
but the
money
way
or
they
something,
trash
didn't it?
talk her is disgusting.
But didn't they want money at one point?
Yeah, interviews, all
Interviews.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
selling.
He said,
selling
I'm gonna keep doing the interviews with the press until she talks to me. Like,
Yeah.
bro, are
Did you see
tough?
today's interview as well?
I don't know if this is the one. Might be the
What's
same one.
Today's interview, because Piers Morgan interviewed him this morning on TV.
Oh, really?
obviously,
I
yeah.
Just to make things
Just
worse, you know what I
make it
mean?
worse.
So the dad said, because basically, remember in her interview, she said to him that, what did she say? She said, I haven't spoken. I asked him if he did contact the press and do all that stuff, and he said no. And then he came on today and was like, well, I didn't, when she asked me, obviously he lied.
Okay.
So I was thinking that's a valid point to not talk to my dad, because she said in her interview, she said, well, I asked him if he's spoken to them and so we could offer him protection and help, and he's told me he hasn't. So then to now come out and say he has, it's just a case of like, what do you expect from her? She's asked you
And you lied
you've
about
just
it.
betrayed her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
If I see the other day that he basically set up a photo
Yeah, that's
thing,
what
a
they were
photo
talking about
opportunity
today. Yeah.
on the wedding day
Yeah.
On the wedding
and
day.
get paid for it.
Yeah.
And then was just trying to act like, no, that weren't me.
Yeah, that's what
Oh
they were
wow,
talking
so
about.
she's
That's what they were
slyly
talking
trying to
about.
make
Yeah,
money
yeah.
on,
That's what they were
without
talking
her
about
knowledge.
today. And he said he's been left out to dry. He wasn't given any protection or any training.
She
or
wasn't given
anything.
any protection, nor is Harry at the moment, so he
Yeah,
just needs to go and take several seats.
Do you know
Not
what?
even Archie's getting protection.
Do you know why I think the royal family done her dirty as well? I'm surprised that they
The
didn't
Queen's
have.
corgis have more protection. Sorry.
I'm surprised that they didn't have a lady in waiting for her, just to train her how to curtsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember,
Just
she
basic
said
all
that
that
she
stuff, yeah.
knew how to curtsy in
in
the
the
car
car, yeah.
on the way
But
to
I'm just
meet
thinking
Elizabeth.
Harry as
How to
well.
what?
Why wouldn't have Harry done
Yeah, that
well?
as well is what he's
I
probably
was
naive
just
to
like-
it, like
I
he was with
thinking to
racism. I'm
myself,
not being funny,
because she's
but
being entered in, because she's coming into the royal family, there would have been some sort of protocol to say, right, this is how you act. You have to wear tights with all the dresses that you wear.
No, but they-
You have to
I'll
wear-
teach you the
Kate,
etiquette.
no, but Kate got that.
Yeah, exactly.
Kate got
Kate got
that.
that, but why
but
would she?
Because they want her to look stupid. They
Yeah.
want
Exactly,
her
and that was-
to do
that's my
things
point.
wrong so that they can grab on it and say, well, actually, she courteous wrong or whatever. She
curtsied
curtsied
wrong.
wrong.
Etiquette.
Or,
Curtsied really
Etiquette.
deep.
yeah, because they're always talking about
Why
her
you guys
image
saying
and everything.
courtesy?
No, courtesy.
No,
you
it's
know,
the thing.
when you
When you
when
do
you
that
see
to
the
the
queen,
queen.
you have to bow
And
down.
Heather, this is why how you know she's black, you know.
She bowed low.
She went too
She
low.
was like, oh yeah, I didn't think I'd have to do it because like that's like the granny in it.
Yeah, that's what she
And I was like, that's how you know you're black, where because we would think that because we're your peoples,
Yeah,
we're your
we're
family, we ain't got to do that shit to you.
But she weren't family then, so you're bright
Yeah.
and brave. Because even
But still-
if you're not family, there's no ring on the finger. You weren't even girlfriend.
That's true,
property
they were
yet.
just-
So you're just gonna rock up and be like, well done.
I would have done that. I would have been
You
like,
know what though? You
Well,
could say
Granny.
though that she was probably
Queen.
so excited
Bunner
that she
Smith.
was just going with the flow. Come on, you're going.
She probably was going with the flow.
Americans have a level of obsession with the royal family. They
some
do.
of them are
Some of them.
patriarchy or
Yeah.
whatever, isn't it?
So like, she probably was just really excited.
Or she probably didn't really kind of have much of an opinion on it because, like she said, she didn't Google him, which I don't believe.
No.
You reckon
But
she did it?
I
You
reckon she
Googled
did
it?
because
Yeah.
she probably was
But
like,
her
oh
friends
my
were
God.
sending her
And
stuff
her friends
anyway.
were sending her
Yeah.
stuff, and then also her friends would have been like, "This is the Prince of England," you know.
know.
And you know already they must have been fueling it.
They
So
must
you're
be like,
gonna
"Oh
be
my
thinking,
God,
and obviously, come on, everybody
His
knows
mum's
Diana
the
and her whole
queen.
situation.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So come on,
There's a level
trying
of
to tell
obsession,
me-
I think, with Diana from the Americans. Yeah.
100%. So I was thinking to myself,
Yeah,
and
she's
then
still
the history.
very much
When you
talked
think about
about.
it, if you look at the history, Harry's following his uncle's footsteps, an American divorcee.
Yeah.
Oh, what have we got here? An
American
The
divorcee. Exactly.
So it was just like, come on, you must know something
This is like
about it.
cycles perpetuating themselves.
And that's what they.
Do you know what was nice though when she said that, you know, when it was coming up to the wedding and everything like that, and she was like, you know, they had a conversation about it and they were like, boy, this is literally not even our day. This is for the world, so let's
were
get
married
married
3
before.
days.
So they got married 3 days before. I thought it was
Oh,
lovely.
so-
It was just her,
Yeah.
him, and Archie. No, not Archie.
And
No,
not
Archie
Archie.
ain't born
You
yet.
can't be
Not
busting
Archie.
babies before marriage.
No,
but-
yeah,
And she
but-
said they framed their own vows.
Yeah, they got
did
their
you say
own
the royal
vows.
family knew that though, or they?
I don't think they did. They called the
When it- the
priest
Archbishop
and
of Canterbury, the
and said,
Archbishop-
"Can you marry us?" And they got married 3 days before.
No, not
So-
the pastor down the road, you know,
Yeah.
but the Archbishop
Archbishop,
of Canterbury.
yeah.
Like, fucking hell.
So I thought that was nice though. So they actually
Yeah, big
experienced
rose,
that
Their
their
own
own
intimate
intimate moment
Yeah.
and exchanged vows that they had written, and then 3 days later it was just like, yeah, let's do the world thing.
I think that probably ticked off the royal family.
It did.
How
Because
dare you?
they, yeah,
Ticked off the royal
everything
family.
did.
How dare
But you
you?
know what I don't like everything is like making her out to be
the baddie.
Some baddie.
She's
the one who.
But that's the media for you, though, isn't it? Like, come on, Kate can look like trash, yeah. She can look like trash, and then Meghan is stunning, and they will put them both side by side and make a comparison and be like, look how elegant Kate looks, and you're just like, mate. And Meghan's looking like 100. Do you get what I'm saying? Like even the smallest things, like when Kate cradled her baby, they were saying how she was being a protective mother, and they were saying that Meghan was trying to be
like some acting thing
or something by cradling her bum.
And then the avocado thing.
Yeah,
that was just stupid.
That was ridiculous.
What avocado thing?
Because Kate was eating avocado, and they're talking about it being some health benefit and health this for the baby, and then when Meghan was doing it, it was some next controversy, like overdoing it or something. Yeah, same thing. So there's similar things. So she's holding her baby. Oh, it's lovely, it's cute, but when Meghan does it, it's terrible. Like they just the comparisons are really bad.
It was a witch hunt from day
one. And she hasn't done, for me, what I've seen, because we still don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But I've never sat down and really. Because I've never watched. I've not had an opinion on Meghan Markle. Never.
Honestly,
because I just love the way she dresses, and that's it.
Yeah, I thought, oh no, she dresses nice, and she's a bit eye candy for me.
She's
to look
really
at
pretty.
When I'm like, you know what I mean? She's a pretty girl.
She's very pretty, but I was just like, who? And she looks nice when when you're pregnant, you've got that glow. She's a bit chubby in her face. I love that.
She's pretty, man.
But at the same time, they're still talking about this racism thing, like. Because she's got the one drop rule, she's mixed race at the end of the day, and I'm happy that she identifies herself as mixed race. So she's not excluding one race.
When I first watched Suits, I didn't know she was mixed race.
No, she doesn't pass as white, but she's very light.
She's very.
If she never had the nose,
you would look at her, you know she's mixed, but you would be like, what is she mixed with?
Yeah.
That's your. But you know she's mixed. 150.
You wouldn't say she's white.
You wouldn't say she's white. You could see.
You could see she's mixed with somebody. Definitely.
I'm telling you from my experience. I'm just saying what I experienced. That's just. I didn't know.
She doesn't like. It took me a couple episodes to realize. Oh, she's actually mixed.
I didn't even realize in the episode.
If she stopped straightening her hair, then you would.
Yeah, then you would have clocked. Yeah.
Her skin is very pale.
Yeah, she's very pale.
But I see when she drew her hands today, though, they are like darker. They're darker complexion to her face. Yeah,
I didn't notice
it straight away. I was like,
I was just thinking that she's very light. But the only thing that gives it away is her nose.
Yeah, her features.
If her nose
she looks mixed race, bro.
I wouldn't say black and white.
Even her hair, you can tell when a mix, when
maybe Asian,
you straightened, you can tell.
I thought her hair wasn't thick.
I did not.
I didn't see it.
I watched a good 2 seasons of Suits.
I've not seen any kinks in her hair.
I didn't get to season 3. I don't think.
But even if you watch her on, even when they showed a picture of her and Kate at what was it? Some Wimbledon thing. Her hair just didn't look. It didn't look.
You can still see she looks a bit mixed there, though.
Yeah, she looks mixed, but I wouldn't necessarily say black and white.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then her mum's got dreadlocks, which makes it like, yo, you're bringing.
Rastafari
like the actual rastas
into the thing. Oh, Babylon, Bonnie Queen of England.
Yeah, boy.
No, it's true.
The Princess of Kalunji now.
No, the mum, she handled herself really eloquently, but obviously the mum is like a yoga instructor, so she probably is on a bit of a
calmer flex, isn't it? Probably meditates and shit.
And she probably had to offset what the dad was doing and just
balance it out.
Yeah,
she probably knew as
not everyday trash, because obviously, remember, if this thing is like about race as well, she doesn't want to be labelled as the angry black woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the mum. Now, see, look, even her mum's. Do you know what I mean? Like to continue the narrative of how black people are perceived or can be. You know what I mean? So I'm guessing she's just herself anyway. She's never. Her mother's always been the same throughout all the interviews or whatever I've seen. She's just there, quiet.
Also, I think this is a good issue as well, raised within like just for people of colour or black people in general. We have them conversations about do mixed race people have it. Everybody has their own battle, and this has highlighted it because you get some people that are always getting trashed. You don't have a battle because you're light.
But that's the thing, because even today there was people talking online, Twitter, about being mixed race. That she doesn't have the struggle because she's mixed race, she's not black.
Yeah, that's what I see on Instagram, where they were like, this isn't our problem because she's mixed.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What?
Who said that? Someone that
No,
said
it's
that?
on Instagram.
She
said she saw it on Instagram.
Because she's mixed race, it's not our problem.
Yeah.
As in black people's problem, because she's mixed.
She's mixed, it's a white people's issue.
It's
I
a
thought
white
mixed
issue.
people were just black, basically.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what
so
I was
basically,
told.
yeah,
When
you
I
see
was
mixed race
younger,
people,
like,
yeah, society
Classing
classes mixed race people as black.
exactly that.
But it's down to the individual
How they
to
want to
decide how they want to
Yeah, I'm talking
identify.
about how society, not the individual.
Society
But
says
that's as a whole.
society
though. Anybody
says
can
the one drop
identify
rule.
with
So if you've
anything.
got black in you, a drop of black,
You're
you're
black.
black.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter about your complexion. If you could be white like this, but if you've got black in you, you're black.
I don't know.
That's
though.
how they
You're
see
black,
it.
innit? Yeah, 100%.
But each person, it's down to them to
Black's
identify
like
what
being
they
in a
Obviously,
concentrate, innit?
She
Right.
identifies as mixed race,
Yeah.
and she should, because
She's
does.
mixed race.
She should not outcast one over the other.
No, of course not. No.
You know, like that.
It's what builds up your
All right.
innit?
Exactly.
That's like me denouncing Jamaicans, saying, "Oh, well, actually, I'm West African." And
Yeah.
really, no, I'm Jamaican.
First off.
Yeah.
But like you
Yeah.
said though, like people will be like, no, you don't experience it as much because
Everyone
you're a
experiences
lighter
it.
As
shade.
long as you've got
Yeah,
black in
struggle.
you, you're experiencing
Everyone-
racism.
And it's probably harder for mixed people because
It is harder.
you've
I
got to
believe.
pick a
I
side
don't
to
know. Do you want to do a
identify.
topic
Yeah.
on that?
Exactly.
And then you're
It
seeing
is
different
harder.
reactions. Black people
We
are
should
saying,
do
"Oh, you're not
topic
black,
on-
you're too
yeah.
light," and white.
No,
white
basically,
people
no, honestly, but from both sides, I've experienced racism.
And you
from
would.
both sides.
Yeah.
My
You
own
would.
family, and no, but like not on legs. My black side of my family, they were the best ever. The white side were very racist. But growing up, both
Black
sides.
people, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's like you can't really
Comments.
fit in, kind of thing. It's like you don't
But I
belong
think
anywhere.
we should do this
As a
as
topic.
Yeah,
a
that's
topic.
another.
That's another.
Colorism, colonisation.
Yeah, we should do that. And
I think we've
separate.
done colorism before,
We've done
innit?
colorism.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
we need
didn't
to go
really
into it though.
Go into
Yeah.
it.
about Archie's colour.
Shade, yeah, what colour was
Yeah,
it?
what-
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen loads of conversations about this on the internet.
Yeah.
Some are like, oh, but it's just a conversation you would have, but you don't understand how that could impact an interracial couple when you're saying to them, oh, what colour is the baby? For you, it might be an innocent question, but to the couple, they're like, seriously, what kind of question is that?
I don't even think that should be a
I
question
don't think
to
it
be
should be a
asked.
question
It's not
at all.
relevant.
It's not your number one. It's not your issue. It's not your problem. And
But
why
that's
does the
no,
colour got
but
to do with
because
it?
it
Yeah,
was
that's what I'm
coming from the
saying.
senior royals.
Yeah.
That's how you know this is a colour
It's
issue.
a colour issue
Because
because they're
if that
bringing it
was
up.
if that was
Yeah.
the question,
The
like
wording
like
is concern.
No, do
It
you know
was
what?
concerned.
Oh,
Why are you
concerned.
concerned about what?
That's what.
Yeah.
If
I think
you
I
ask it in a
screenshot-
different way.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if they're just
If
asking,
they
like,
ask,
yo,
oh,
So
what
that
colour
just
is it?
shows you that they
because
were
when it's not going to
racist.
touch your hair and stuff like that, it's that curiosity. It's
Precisely.
racism, but it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's friendly
The fact that
racism.
they-
Here we
She
go.
said
People
concern.
are totally missing the point. The key word was concerned,
Yeah, it was concerned.
for what shade the baby might be. Concerned,
Concerned is the key
that
word.
he would be too dark.
Come on.
Concerns about what concerns about what that would look like in the royal family. Remember, the key word is concerned.
Concerned.
Yeah, true.
Yes, we all have general chit chat, which one is expecting in our families with regards to skin tone, eye colour, hair type, and so forth. But we don't express any concerns,
Yeah.
worries, issues about it. That's the difference. The concerns was that having a black child in the royal family would look odd. Having a black child, how would he fit in? Harry, you're going to have a child that is half black. Are you comfortable with
He's
that?
not going to be half black.
This
gonna be
exactly
black.
is what it, this.
So then that's
That's
half.
exactly what it
Yeah,
said.
That's
for real.
enough black.
That is a negative
That's wrinkles.
concept. Do you get it? So.
Yeah. Which
That
is
is the that is the highlight. Concern. Like,
Yeah,
where are
concern
you
is the
concerned?
highlight. What are you
What's going to
concerned
happen
about?
if the child? I hope this baby comes out jet black.
But
I'm not going to lie to
that
you.
Harry,
Wait, she's pregnant again
She's
now.
pregnant again
Yeah,
now.
she's
Having a girl.
Little
and,
girl.
she
And they
could-
announced it
she
today.
could have like
Little
a throwback.
Meganisha.
Yeah,
She could
look
have
at
a
like
throwback.
light and dark. Yeah.
She could have
She
a
could.
Which-
throwback.
I hope
Because that,
so.
you know
That
what?
would
I'm
be
not gonna
great.
lie. When you mix up the thing, like
happens
you're
sometimes.
It can
one of
happen.
them
It can
come out
happen.
one way and the other one
It's
come
that,
out
it's
another.
that
It's that-
dormant gene
Yeah,
that's there that
yeah.
might just come true
Every
fully.
third generation gene that
Yeah.
comes from.
You know, like that.
No, really quickly though. So what I was saying
got
about yes. So what I was saying about that though is that just shows the royal family. Like I know that they were trying to be like, no, it ain't the royal family. It's the media. It's this. It's that. No,
No, they
the
control
fact
that.
they highlighted and said concerns.
Concerns.
They are the ones that have been covertly racist and pushing them both out
Yeah.
from day dot.
Yeah, 100%, man.
So that's
But this was a good combo still.
Good topic, guys.
But we'll wrap it up now and
See you next time.
see you next time.
One
Peace.
Piers Morgan.
Later.
Run the queen.